Hello, Miss Rose. You're active again. I could see your beautiful posts. Hello, Miss Queen. I am waiting for Miss Thea to come in so we can do this live together. Oh, we had a bad experience last time when we did this at around 3 p.m. Internet connection was really bad and we couldn't do... we did the live together. However, when we reviewed the video, it was pixelated. And during that time, when we were asking questions with each other, I cannot understand her question at all. So that's the reason why we did a rerun at 10 p.m. One is because some of Miss Thea's followers are on the other side of the world. And another one, we have mommy duties. So at this time, everything has settled. And the last part would be is that the internet connection is better, finally. Okay. Hi, Thea is here. Okay. Hi, Miss
Hello.
Thea.
Hi, Beth.
See, our connection is a lot better today. Tonight.
I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully, we can last an hour with a
Yes, we
better
can.
connection.
I think so.
Okay.
So we are here. We can wow. A lot of people are awake at this time. Hello. Hi, Mitch. You're there na. I'm so noisy. Hello. Hello, June. Hello. I'm
Hi,
so noisy for
June.
answer.
Hi, Michelle.
Okay, so if you have any questions for us, we'll be painting and we'll try our best to check the comments and check the questions as we paint.
Yes, that's right. So, let me start by saying hello, everyone, and welcome to today's IG live collab with Miss Beth Robles of Crafts UK. So, like I said, Miss Beth accepted my invitation for today's painting session. So you can paint with us, and we will be sending this. Our outputs can be sent to COVID-19 patients and frontliners. So hopefully you will be able to post your outputs using the hashtag Catch Lives Through Art. So this is sponsored by Tokyo Minds, and so there. So let's start painting.
You can do your own artwork as well and kindly use the hashtag and then we will post your artworks if you grant them to be posted on the Instagram page, Instagram handle Touch Lives Through Art. Okay. So tonight I'm going to try to paint this one.
Wow.
This is so hard to repeat. I tried it, but I cannot. I think the colors that are used are different. Okay, so let's try to use, these are peonies, and I painted them on the smooth part of the Tokyo Finds journal. This journal.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da! And I really like big paper. I'm so used to big paper.
So you're
So
using the larger size.
I tried it on the small size. Look, I made two.
Nice.
So there. This one is dark because I'm going to put gouache,
Yeah.
or since I'm using Mijello, this one I'm going to use this big toothpaste white thing. And I'm gonna
Okay.
mix it with the yellow here so that I can put it in the center of each of these peonies.
Nice.
Because I don't have cadmium yellow with me right now. Cadmium yellow is a watercolor, but it shows through dark areas such as this. Since I don't have that, I'll mix it with white. Okay?
All right.
So now we're
Um,
if we can
okay,
paint
great.
it.
On the other hand, I painted this one this afternoon. So I used the Tokyo Fine Galaxies with this. So I'll be recreating it with watercolors.
Yay. So we're doing white and black. That's so nice.
No, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do this now. I'm just gonna recreate
Okay.
it here in the
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
And then I had
But
a Galaxy Miss Queen. I told you I found it. See?
there,
Found
nice.
mine. But I don't have black paper. I'm going to try to find it tomorrow again. I know I have lots of black paper. It's impossible that I don't have one.
Miss Beth, do you want me to paint on black? You
You
want
want?
us to? Okay, it's okay for me.
Okay. So that we
Sige.
do. Okay. You have black
Paint of
paper?
sorry. Yeah, I have this. I have this. So actually, I'm trying to complete this journal. So it has lots of galaxy painted on it already.
So let's try. I'm going
Okay,
to
black and white it is.
okay. So for Peonies, okay. This is my cheat sheet. I'm just using a synthetic brush and a sable brush by yeah. So but I am a synthetic brush user all throughout. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I
Wow.
like but
Um,
since I have change of plans, I'll be fixing some of my things. Hold
yay. See,
on.
they like the idea of painting one black and one white.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try to paint this, but I'm going to try to scale my eyes because this is really big relative to this. And I have a hard time painting on small areas nowadays. Okay, so let's see. So I start with the lightest color all the time. So my lightest color is, oh, I'm a messy painter, by the way. So for those who are OC, um, I'm so sorry, but you're gonna cringe. Some of the OC people might cringe at what I do.
Why?
Because they're OC na.
Okay.
Because I really paint messy. So for this shape, if you can see the shape, I make sure that I have these two petals in front of me and petals at the back, petals at the side.
Mhm.
So I like this side of the Shop Tokyo Finds really because it's so easy to paint. And this is like a hot press watercolor paper. This
Yeah,
one
yeah.
is textured, but I find it easier to lift on this side compared to this side. So
Really?
yeah, when when I commit a mistake, I simply wet it and I can lift it right away.
Hmm.
So
Actually,
it's so nice.
I haven't touched that part of my watercolor journal. So I'm gonna try that one out.
See, if you do that, you can practically erase it. See,
Nice.
that's the reason why I like it. But of course, you have to be careful with your paper. So yellow, yellow would be my lightest color, and this one signifies that you are facing your light source. Okay. So
Ah, the light source.
so when I dab yellow, I don't make it the same. So for example, I can put more colors on one side and there. It's not flat. While it's wet, you can add more colors. I'm making sure that I have my two petals in front of me. So this is the first petal. I am imagining it, okay? So please imagine with me if you can see it. And then and then I have another petal over here. There. And then I will define my center by getting another color. Okay, this time I'm using a pink color, any of your pink color. So this would be my center. The paper is still wet. Okay. So these two are the two petals in front of me, and then this one, let the color merge the yellow and the orange, let them be. And then I'm going to dab this a little and create my drop petals.
So, Miss Beth, you have to imagine the shape of the flower first, right? On that
Yes.
kind of style.
I train my
Mm.
eyes to look and simplify the shapes of flowers because when you see them, they're so beautiful, you get overwhelmed with it. So you need to train
Yeah.
your eyes and your hand to simplify what you see. So for me, if I have the two petals here and the petal at the back and the drop petals, I'm already done. Okay. And then I'll try to um, see, the colors are so nice. The opera pink and the yellow have now merged. So it's like a peachy color.
Yeah.
And then look, so when I commit a mistake, you just lift. Oh, tada. But I won't do that. I'm just showing it off. Okay, I'm going
So,
to.
so
Yes,
you
Thea.
you so you do the
The light
light shades
colors first.
first. Yes.
Yeah. Normally, I start with my lightest colors. And that's always yellow. Even
Ah,
with
I
yeah. And then if you want this to be really pink, because I want the sun, parang I want a reflection of the sun on the flower.
mm-hmm.
So I always start with yellow. And then for my shadow, before I really don't know how to put blue color on any of my work.
Uh-huh.
So I now my teachers, okay, Miss Pinky, she taught me how to create shadows, purple shadows, which took me quite a long time to grasp. For example, this one. So you normally put shadows away from the light. So I cannot understand this
Ah.
before. I really cannot because I'm only focusing on the strokes, how to get the form. So
Yeah,
you'll be
yeah.
really scared if you see something like that. You'll be scared.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned to I learned to deal with it eventually. So later on, this is just a light wash, so it will fade. So just let it be, mind its own business, let it dry. So this is
Yeah,
dry now. And
to
I'm going to
fade on
shift,
its own.
yeah, I'm going to shift to my synthetic brush because this one is very wet and it holds a lot of water. So I find it hard to control. But other people really love this brush and they can control it. So for that, since you have a lot of brushes, then use your brushes and use the one that you're more comfortable with.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So to prevent myself from tinkering more before I ruin this, I am going to get some green. So same thing with the greens. When the lightest greens, um, when you're facing the light source, your lightest greens would be the warm ones, like um, the green with yellow, the green with brown. So those are
Uh-huh.
warm greens. And when you are away from your light source, your green would be, for example, I love Viridian green. Let me just get
Yeah,
Viridian. There. Viridian green, but you cannot use it on its own. You have to mix it with a purple color or
that's
a
right.
pink.
Mm.
So let me get that green again. No, wrong green. Sorry. There. Eyes are weak at night.
Ako, I love sap green.
Sap green is a warm green, right?
Yes, yes, I love
So yeah.
warm green.
There. Look at the difference of the two.
Yes.
So normally they are here below for shadow. These are your dark side. So you have your light side and your shadow side. And then you can drop purple, but they have to mix together. So you can lift if you feel that it's boring. Because when I see something like this, um, like a flat one, you see all green, what I do is
Mhm.
I lift so that it breaks that monotony,
Yeah.
and it creates like a fog to make it soft, to make it look
Mm.
soft and dreamy.
Mhm.
There. So, and then this one, this is flat for me. So I'm going to change my brush, and I'm going to, this is synthetic brush again. I'm going to do my browns because this is a warm green. Okay. So I'm so technical.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's right. Mix the greens with brown.
Yes. So if it's wet, I forgot to drop because I'm so talkative. Okay. You can drop and then you can create those veins.
The details, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Michi. Meridian is love. I just saw it. Okay. Hello, Miss Chinky. I saw you. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay. Thank you, Miss Queen. So if you have any questions, um, kindly ask away because it's gonna be
Yeah,
so
that's
boring
right.
if we're gonna paint like this until the end of 1 hour. Okay. So I have one. Let me do another one. Let's try to change the color so that you can see the difference without the yellow side.
Nice to hear the your style, Miss Beth, because actually on my end, my style is more on dark going to light. So yours is light going to dark, right?
Because we're working on watercolors. Okay,
No,
so
but I start with dark actually. Actually, it changes dark, light, then going back to dark. So yeah,
really, in when
yeah.
you
I
paint, you
start.
start with the dark ones.
Yes, I do.
Wow, I
Then
should do that.
I add more water. Then I just add more water like that.
Yeah, I saw one artist doing that. Miss Sarah Dandelion Gray
Mm.
of Let's Go Make Art. She always starts with the shadow.
Then forgot her surname, but Anna something. I learned it from her. So yun, she switches from dark to light. So
Yeah,
mid tones, light tones.
no, not
Yeah,
Anna
that,
Miss.
yeah.
The botanical artist, the hyper realist.
Yes, the book. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
when
she
it's very
switches
picturesque.
from, yes, she switches from light to dark.
I mean, and she creates a lot of layers,
Hmm.
lots and lots of
Yeah.
layers.
So I'm gonna talk about the galaxies and um right now I'm using galaxies, guys, and the black journal from Tokyo Finds. So basically, when you do the galaxies, it's quite different from watercolors. It has to be less water. So more on the galaxies paint, so it could be more pigmented. And then it kind of works like um
Acrylic,
wash,
gouache.
yeah, and acrylic, because you have to work with less water. So it's a switch for me. But yeah, I enjoy it because actually this is my, if I'm stressed out, I use this. For some weird reason, I usually distress using Galaxy.
Yeah, I see your work. And then there's a question here for beginners. Do you recommend we pencil in the design first? I don't know how to pronounce your name, dear. Jasubio. You. I'm so sorry. Okay. So yeah, I would normally recommend that we pencil the design first before you put in color. That way as well, you can picture in your mind what's happening, and you have a firm idea of what you're painting. Because if you're doing it like this, more or less you would go somewhere and nowhere sometimes, and you'll be more frustrated.
Just
Actually,
what's
this
happening to me right now? I don't know where this painting is gonna end up, but I usually paint like this using galaxies. It feels an instinct for me. But as I've mentioned in one of my workshops before, you have to think the end before you start. So you have a plan. You really need to have a plan. So in your head, you have an idea what your outcome will be. So for the question, if you recommend penciling in, depends. If you're gonna do something loosely, sometimes you don't use pencil. But if you're gonna sketch and then paint something that is like a realistic one, yeah, I do recommend pencil as well. Fill it in first.
for Manelo Yola, are you using watercolor paper? Yes, I am using watercolor paper. This is a watercolor journal from Shop Tokyo Finds. It's 300 GSM. This is the half size. It comes in different sizes. This is the one that I like, the bigger one. Okay, and then this is the small one because I don't have supply yet. But Miss Queen will send one. Just ordered. Okay. And yeah, watercolor paper. These are watercolor paper, and we're using watercolors. Miss Thea is using
The black
Galaxy.
journal, yeah, it's 230 GSM and it's acid-free black journal. Also from Shopify. I'm lifting while I paint. I cannot put it down because people cannot see it here.
Okay, from brushes and paints. What advice would you give someone whose weakness is loose florals like me? Oh, I think everyone's weakness is loose florals. It was our weakness before. Any technique you can share, please. Thank you. Oh, Okay, I can only give advice for my experience with loose florals. Okay, one definition of loose florals would be the way we do brush strokes. Because it depends on your definition of loose florals. Loose florals can be just an impression, like we just put blobs, they're flowers. So,
Yeah.
if you mean loose florals, when we're using brush strokes instead of um, having a sketch, we recommend from my experience. Okay, I'll just tell you the story how I come about with loose florals. I did like 200 roses per day. So in the Canson, yeah, I did that because most of my teachers will tell me it's practice. So you have to be familiar with your paper, with your watercolor, with your brushes. So I have a lot of brushes. So I
Mhm.
tried all of them and see which one worked for me the best. So the one that's readily available and mostly everyone has would be, of course, round brushes.
Yeah.
So if you want to really improve, one would be brush strokes. Second would be your color, knowing your colors, knowing how they blend, limiting your palette, and yeah, practicing every day. I did 200 roses per day for a year. And after, yeah, and I was not happy during that time. I still attended a lot of workshops. So it's been 5 years now, and so far I've seen my progress. So I think um, practice is a lot. So for brushes and pens, I see your work. So just continue doing it, and you'll see a lot of improvement along the way. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. I hope um, you can get something out of it. Okay.
Okay. Uh, so for me naman, Lu- speaking loosely was somehow kind of related to Chinese style painting. So I'm a Filipino Chinese. Uh, here in the Philippines, I was born here, but we are in a Chinese community, so we are exposed to Chinese culture. My parents are Chinese, but they were also born here in the Philippines. And in school, we do some Chinese calligraphy, and if we look at some of the Chinese paintings, they work, and they they have to internalize their painting, and then they have to prepare it mentally before painting anything. And then suddenly it's a spontaneous thing. So parang they will just paint right away. And then it's kind of a fast version, parang ganun. So that's what I was exposed of. So in a way, um it was trained it was for you to be trained how to observe your environment, and then observe how the bamboo trees grow, how the flowers are shaped. So when you paint it in a loose kind of way, yun, that's parang but that's how you interpret the paintings.
Okay.
I hope.
We have more questions. Hi, what's your favorite brush aside from round brush and why? Oh my god, that's a very tough question for me. Okay,
Ako
I
muna.
have a lot.
Ako muna kasi ikaw
Okay,
marami. The
go,
funny
go.
thing is, I started with water brush. I started with with a very inexpensive. So okay, let's say it's so cheap. So a very cheap water brush. So sometimes you have to make do with what you have, and then you practice with it, and then you can create something nice. Parang it doesn't matter sometimes kung expensive or inexpensive for me. Pero syempre, there's better quality brushes. In the end, I have to explore and see, this is a better quality brush. Pero for me, you have to hone your skills at the start. So, you don't use a BMW if you don't know how to drive. That's how I think. So, I started with a very cheap water brush. But later on, my favorite brush is synthetic brushes. That's my answer.
Okay. I have a lot of brushes and I am such a curious person. So I try all of them. But if you're going to pursue and if you have the budget for it, we normally, in all my painting classes, they would normally require a flat brush. Okay. They also like synthetic ones. So, oh, they're all here in front of me. So I have this is synthetic or faux
Mm.
squirrel, meaning it imitates a squirrel, but it didn't come from an animal. So this is so nice of Princeton, but it absorbs a lot of water. This one is synthetic. We also need this one for some of the techniques that you use, and you would want to have synthetic is a must for me because I give details for synthetic brushes. You also would want to have squirrel brushes. Okay. So these are the most expensive brushes that I have. I don't have it right now. Yeah, I don't have it right now, but there's something similar to this. So when you put them in hot water, they go back to its nice form. This is just Montmartre, but it works. But if you have a nicer one, say Raphael or Alvaro Castagne brushes, they're one of the best brushes, and you should have a rigger brush. So if you have these in different sizes, depending on your work, so if you, depending on how big your work is, actually these are also nice. Hake brushes. These are inexpensive,
Okay,
but
yes.
they do their job really really well. And
This
so it
one's
depends
why.
on the use. So these are the brushes that I have. So this one is a flat one. We use this for lifting small areas. So yeah, this is my basic set, excluding the squirrel. I cannot find them right now because they're expensive, so I really keep them. Also, So those are the essentials. The non-essentials would be my cat's tongue. Non-essentials because you can survive without them, but
Yeah, I
they
don't
give
have cat tongue.
yeah, but they give such nice petals. They give such nice form when you're painting. You can use this for landscapes also. I like this so much. And of course, I have angle brushes. I have filbert brushes and my ever favorite triangle brush.
Triangle
So
brush.
yeah, so I felt the triangle brush really did something to my florals to help me imagine things. Um, I like it better than the angle because it has volume, so it retains that pigment more compared to the angle brush. And where is my triangle brush? I have it here. Ta-da! Okay, I have it here. So these are my triangle brushes. So yeah, and I create peonies with this one. It's very easy. But really, if you're beginning, so I'm so sorry. Let's keep them away. You just need a nice brush. Let's say a Kolinsky or a squirrel brush. Okay. So if you find the squirrel really soft, you can use Kolinsky sable brushes and your synthetic ones. So I cannot survive without my synthetic brushes.
Yeah.
There.
Just to show, the brushes beside me right now are mostly the Tokyo Fine Zen brushes. So these are round, pointy brushes. Um, they they have it in different sizes, and it's very affordable. So these are one of my favorite brushes. I have beside me is the Escoda travel brush, this Escoda Reserva. So these and my ever reliable Craft Central brush.
Oh yeah, I love
So
them too. When I was starting, I love those
yes,
brushes.
like my go-to brush when I'm feeling uninspired. So I go back to where I started. So there, those are the brushes beside me right now. And I purchased my first ever triangle brush from Miss Beth.
Oh, the one she purchased was the set,
Yes, the
right,
set.
Miss Thea? Yeah, the set.
Uh-uh.
That's worth it. Best. That's
Yes,
one of the
best.
best brushes.
Let's
Even
try
on
and
Chinese painting, Beste is
yeah,
quite known.
yeah. I think I've just used two of the brushes from the set.
Ah, you know why I resorted to the triangle brush? Because I cannot make my Chinese brushes work. I cannot understand. I cannot control them. So we had Chinese painting before. We had classes in Chinese painting. It was really so hard. It's either you get it
Ah,
in a single stroke or you repeat. So,
that was
gosh,
with Mr. Cesar.
Sir Cheng.
Ah, yeah.
Sir Cheng in Ateneo, but we
Mm,
hired him
private.
for private lessons. Yes. Oh my God, when do you stop? In painting, brush strokes by Michelle. When do you stop painting? Okay, okay, that is what one of my weakness as well. When to stop? I did the 20-minute challenge. It was made by teacher Pinky because she knows that I overwork my paintings most of the time. So I
Leaf,
keep
the
on
leaf.
tinkering like this one. So when I cannot wait. So I keep on tinkering. She made a time limit. I should be finished in 20 minutes. So that one really helped me control um, my painting and not to overdo it. So that's one of the tips. The other one is if you're using really dark ones already and you have had a lot of strokes on your paper, then that is definitely overworked because what as advised by Joseph's Bookvic in his book watercolor, but I cannot buy it. I just had the excerpt of his book in the web, in the internet. So brushes, if you can do a stroke by half a stroke, then and you can do it in that fast, then that's it. So there. not tinkering so much like that unless you're aiming for texture. So you should give it the, if you can do it in one wash, then you're good. So it's a matter of controlling the amount of water and pigment in your brush. There. Ang hirap ng tanong, Mitch, ha?
For me naman, when do I stop? For loose florals, I stop when it's hard to stop, especially on the leaves part. Di ba, Miss Beth?
Yeah, sakit ko yun.
You keep on putting on some of the leaves because the leaves part are sometimes painted at the end. So I see to it that the painting is balanced, and then that's the time I stop. So I look at it and then I stop once in a while, and then pag hindi pa balance, so I add more, then there. So that's how I know when to stop.
Okay. Thank you, Beshi. I really need try to limit myself to 20 minutes. Ha ha ha. Okay. Thea, question. What do you do when you can't seem to find any inspiration to paint?
Actually, I look at other people. I get inspirations from other people. So you you check out other people's work and see, learn from their style. So you get inspired, or it actually depends on the mood. It actually depends on the behavior of my kids. If they're very crazy, I cannot really paint. So if they're behaving and there, it actually depends on the mood. So, but most of the time, I look at other people's work. I browse the feed, then I see, so nice. Yun. I get inspirations from other art.
I understand sometimes that you cannot really find the motivation, but if you just want to paint, okay, I just grab my brush and play with the colors that I have, and then I mindlessly mix the colors on paper, and then after a while, I feel ready to paint. So even whatever the outcome, you just have to accept what it is, and it will get better. So just by simply looking at the colors and how the water drives these colors, they pacify me somehow because I'm a very anxious person, and I'm very talkative. Um, but I'm also shy. Most of you won't believe that, but I'm really, really shy. Uh, and yeah, just by watching those colors inspires me to paint. And I look at my brushes, so that's one one motivation for me to paint.
Yeah, you go back to basics, right? You do some drills. Yeah, that can motivate you to paint.
Oo, Mitch, maniwala ka, shy ako.
Well,
Question for
naman.
Isaiah, also from Mitch. How do you use the water brush? I tried it before, but I couldn't control the water coming out.
I think that depends on the water brush. You don't squeeze it. Don't squeeze it so the water won't come out. The purpose for me ng water brush is that it keeps the bristles wet. So you don't keep on the bristles don't get dry. So you don't need to dip it in the water as much as a normal synthetic brush. So that's my experience with water brush.
And Mitch, don't squeeze it so much. The reason why it
Mm.
blurts out is because your hand
Or something. So I already asked you prior to the Robinsons. And then you said, okay,
talaga.
yes. So good, kind-hearted Miss Beth asked me
Wow.
for the Robinsons event. So that's why I'm very thankful sa'yo. It's one of my, it's one of my highlights that year to be, that you invited me on that event.
Wow,
Yun.
I didn't know. I
So,
just know if I see somebody and they really like to collaborate and they're willing to work with me, by all means, let's work together because I cannot do everything that's being given to me. I believe in collabs talaga. And if there's somebody who can do it for me and I can share the blessings that I receive, I would definitely go for it.
Miss Beth is shy pero so kind.
Masungit ako, hindi ako mabait ah. Akala mo lang yun, Miss Thea. For the water brush, Mitch, I don't dip in water anymore. What do you mean? Do you still dip in water with this? This one I use lang for masking fluid. If you're gonna use it for painting, uh, I don't dip in water anymore. That's the purpose of this brush. You use it for traveling. So you with your palette and with your aqua brush, so ideally you won't need water anymore, and you're just gonna paint with your palette, travel palette, and your something like this, okay, like a watercolor journal. Okay.
I use my water brush like a synthetic brush. So I sometimes do dip it, pero not as often as a synthetic brush. So I only squeeze the water out when I want to wash it. I want to clean my water brush. The only time that I squeeze it out, squeeze the water out.
Okay. Oh, hindi daw ako masungit, sabi ni Donna. Hi, Donna!
Hi, Donna!
Kumusta Baguio? Na-miss ko Baguio. Grabe. Sama
God,
kami sa iyo.
kailan ba tayo makakabagyo?
Wala na.
Actually.
Ay, matagal-tagal pa. Okay. How's your state today, Miss Thea, regarding this pandemic?
How's my?
State today, state of your mind, state of your...
Uh, Actually, I'm more worried with the families that my parents that are not here with me, so that are far away. They live near province. So that's my only worry because yeah, sometimes they still need to go out to buy groceries. So daily work, so kind of hard. Then so kids they miss school, so they're but yun, it's not the same anymore. That's the sad thing. How about you?
Sabi ni Donna, malungkot sa Baguio. Tagal na rin din nilang nakakalabas. Miss na rin namin, miss ko na kayo. Hope to see you after the pandemic. Yeah. Yeah. You'll definitely see us, Miss Donna. Next year, may vaccine na. We just need the vaccine actually. Once we get the vaccine, I think it will be a lot easier to go back to the way we used to. Okay. So I am going to overwork my work now.
I'm working so slow because when I do
Yeah.
this, it only takes me less than 30 minutes.
Yeah. There you go. Now, for my last touch, I am going to put this with yellow. So I use it straight from the tube because
Ah,
it's going to be diluted. If you put it, it's going to be transparent and you won't get the opaqueness that you need for this stamen and pistil, whatever you call them. What's the name for this, Miss Thea? I forgot. The
um,
pollen inside the flower.
pollen inside the flower.
Whatever you call this, these thingies.
Amen.
Okay, there. So I just put them and I feel that, oh, they look like peonies now. Okay? And then here. So this one I won't touch anymore. This one as well, I wouldn't touch anymore. Yeah, ta-da.
Nice.
How about you? Are you done?
I'm I'm done kanina pa. Because I'm painting randomly na lang eh. Because I usually paint this so fast.
So we
Thanks,
are so talkative.
Michelle.
Thank you, Michi. Mischievous Paints. You're
Thanks,
Michi, right? Your name is Michi.
thanks, Michelle and Michi.
Donna. Okay, there. Okay. Wow, active si Midge tonight. So this is the real Midge that I know. She's really so talkative, and mind you, she's more talkative than me, promise. Ah, nasa kanya corona. Okay, there.
So I'll just do some promotion. If you're interested with galaxies, I have a launch box with Tokyo Fine. It's a bundle. So it has the Black Journal Plus, the Galaxies Plus, a few how-to on how I paint loose floral.
Sorry naman, Midge. I didn't mean to put you on spotlight. Okay, so I will have a collaboration with the Podium Mall on Wednesday, April 29, 10 a.m. It's via FB Live. So if you have time, um, on Wednesday, we are going to paint atmospheric roses. So
Nice.
I hope you can learn there in 1 hour.
When is this?
On Wednesday, Facebook
Okay.
Live, Miss Thea.
Okay. We'll be
Mm.
tuning in.
Naks. Okay, so you have any more questions? We have 10 minutes. We still have 10 minutes. So
So
most of the
if you're
questions
gonna,
today are watercolors. Are for watercolors.
so before we end, I just have to pitch this in. So if you're gonna paint with us, hopefully you can post your work using the hashtag Touch Lives Through Art, and then you can send an entry or your email your works to um, creativity@doctorfinds.com, so you can get a 10% discount voucher there.
I can take a photo now.
This is my second Galaxy work for the day. Suddenly change of plan.
Really, Mitch, you can wake up early. You'll be there. I'll see you there.
It's
Thank
10
you.
a.m., right?
Yeah, 10 a.m. Yeah. So early, actually. Thank you, Just Real Loves, for appreciating the work. And I am so happy today because um, this Instagram Live is successful.
Yes, we did not have any technical difficulties like before.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Queen. Thank you for testing it with us last night. We
It
can
was fun.
we had the
Actually,
chance to
thank
redeem ourselves.
the testing part was really funny.
Oh, hi, Charlene. You're here. Charlene is here. Charlene also does acrylic and she makes
Loose
very
corals.
beautiful flowers.
Yes.
So there. Okay. So no more questions.
So hopefully you can join the Touch Lives Through Art um, campaign that we have and post your work.
Thank you. I thank you. We enjoy this. And if you learn something, we'll be more than happy. Next time we'll put you here, Mitch. We're gonna try to request and then we'll put you in here.
What about three-way?
No,
Can it be?
I'm going to exit and then um Mitch will enter. For example, if I exit and the two of you will talk and then we can change every time.
Ah,
Yeah.
switch.
Yes. So it's fun doing that sometimes.
Yeah, and I know where I should do my live next time.
Shy daw siya. Okay, you don't have to show yourself or do it like this lang. We didn't show ourselves, di ba? Oy, hi
Oo nga.
Beth! You're still awake. Ash of Art, thank you. Thank you for staying late for this live.
Yay, we did our live without technical difficulty.
Okay. So most of the participants we know them, no?
Yeah, mostly friends.
Okay. So, thank you Thea.
Thank you, Miss Beth. And thank you,
I,
Tokyo.
thank you Miss Queen. Bye.
Good night. Bye. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Wow. Bye. All right. Bye.